Mic check. 1, 2. Mic check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Mic check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Mic check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Mic check. Mic check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Mic check. Everybody good? Good? Cool.
Yeah, I'm certain that is the case. He was having the first game when they came in.
Well, I think they're very much. It's going to take forever to figure this game out. Sure. Seriously, bro. Yeah. Something like now. It takes a week or something. Oh, man. Imagine playing.
Yeah, okay. That's not.
Mic check. 1, 2, 3, 4. Mic check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good.
take that.
Mic check. 1, 2, 3, 4. Mic check. 1, 2.
Okay. What a game. As far as the injuries go, really don't have much for you at all, other than the guys, Chris, Willie, Legarius, missing from our defensive side of the ball, and Josh from the offensive side. I'm proud of the guys that stepped up and did a nice job in their place. Our fans were incredible. A lot of red here, which is a beautiful thing, always. Brendan Staley, what a great job he's done with the Chargers. And, I might have just said his name. Did I say it right? Okay, good. I'm losing my brain here. But what a great job he's done with this team. And it was a battle. It was like two heavyweights going after each other. And we were able to have the ball last. My echoes off to Melvin Ingram for winning 2 coin flips. And here he comes back to a team that he loved for all those years, and had an opportunity to put on the uniform of his rival, one of the rivals, and do such a nice job for us. So Nick Bolton on defense had a nice night with 14 tackles, and Yang stepping in at tackle, back in at tackle, and did a good job. He kind of persevered through some ups and downs. He's going against one of the better defensive ends in the National Football League, and he got him a couple of times, but he also, Yang hung in there and got him a couple of times. So it was a great battle to watch. Offensively, Pat, you got an idea when things, he just keeps firing, and that's the part you love about him. He's never out of it mentally of a game. He just keeps rolling 400 plus yards. Tyreek Hill was unbelievable with the job that he did. His energy level, man, I wish I could tap into that, man. He's unbelievable with endurance, quickness, all those things combined, speed. And then for the old man, Kelsey, when everybody's talking about him losing a step or being off his game, here he steps up and looked pretty fast to me. Man alive, he was rolling. So listen, I'm the offensive line, defensive line. This is one of those games everybody did good. The coaching staff was incredible. There was never any panic on the sideline, which I appreciate. And EB had a great game plan, as did Steve Spagnuolo. I mean, that defense is rolling right now, and his preparation has been tremendous. And then Dave Tobe, after that first one, he made a few little corrections in there, and special teams took off from there. So, anyways, with that, time's yours.
Obviously, you have some great defensive stance, but when the team got that fumble down at the goal line and then turned over, what did you say to them? Obviously, when they got the fumble, gave it back, and they scored.
Yeah. I said we got a lot of time left. You the guys know. They know when they make a mistake.
What was Pat's move? He missed Hardman on the 4th down play, and then threw the interception when you guys were back up. What was Pat's move at that play?
Yeah. So listen, he keeps firing, and so he wants to know what went wrong. He normally knows himself, and so you just talk to him and make sure he just stays with it, and get whatever mistake is taking place, just get it corrected and move on. Go ahead, Brian.
Andy, I can feel along the same lines with Patrick. I mean, you've seen it quite a number of times now. Are you at a point where you can count on that nothing going wrong is going to take him off?
Yeah, always. Yeah. So he's unique that way. You guys have been around him now for a few years, and you've seen just about everything here. So, but he's going to stick with it, trust himself, trust the guys around him, trust the calls. He doesn't ever question that stuff. I mean, he just goes and plays. And I mean, there's so many little things that I appreciate from him, and that's why he's one of the greatest, you know. So
I guess is it harder to understand than it might appear? I mean, it's not just something the guy snaps his fingers and does.
yeah, you're playing against a good football team, so not everything's going to be perfect. Whether it's a rush or transition between you and the back, and you're pulling it out, and you know, it hinders a step. You know, I mean, there are all kinds of things. Or every once in a while, he throws a bad ball. You know, so I mean, that happens. That happens to every quarterback in this league. We're fortunate here to have a good one, and so are the Chargers.
Towards the end of regulation, obviously, Harrison Butker, he's got a wide range of his legs. How much consideration would you give to maybe allowing him to try a 65, 70 yard?
I felt like if we got to the 40, we'd probably be in the ballpark there. And, you know, we just needed to get to that spot. We weren't able to do that. But, you know, then by the time, you know, we ran out of time there. So we're down to 5 seconds, took a knee and just said, listen, we have Melvin for the coin flip.
Eddie, when you're in a must-pass situation, down 8, down 7, what did you feel like worked with everyone that wasn't Patrick on the field that allowed him to be?
I just thought the guys, the receiving core and tight ends, we were rotating everybody. Just tried to keep them as fresh as we could later in the game. And I thought they all stepped up and did a great job. So they jumped into a little bit of man coverage on us at the second half, and a little bit more than what they had in the first half. So you gotta win one-on-one, right? And and then know where the hole player is, or the thief robber player coming out of the sky. And so you know, the guys handled that well and got themselves open. And then after they caught the ball, there were yaks involved. So I thought that was big too.
You talked earlier about
Well,
You talk almost after every game about the margins are so small, right?
Yes.
I'm just wondering, is there anything to the idea that you guys have won this division for so long, and there's some sort of point when this margin is so small, being on your side,
well, tonight, yes. The last time we played them, no. So, you know, I do trust our guys. I think they trust themselves, which is huge in those situations. You know, but you got to go out and you got to produce like this. Your back's to the wall, and you know the guys, you know, they bear down when they needed to bear down, and that was a great job by them. Yeah.
To the one really quick one, was Tyreek just cramping, or did he tweak something?
Yeah, he had a couple of things just where things were tightening up on him, mainly because he was running like 50 yards every play down the field. And so we're just trying to get him a blow in there so he wouldn't cramp up, you know. But he's unbelievable, man. His endurance for a fast guy is phenomenal. I mean, it's hard to find that in this league that can run with his speed, play after play after play after play.
I wanted to ask you about Travis as well. You referenced it in your open, but obviously there has been conversation about his past few weeks. Could you sense just the emotion of a game like this from him?
Well, he's emotional every game. I mean, he loves to play. I would tell you that the 3 catches, the last 2 games that he's had, you know, 6 total catches, you know, I could do a better job of working him into the mix a little better. And so we, you know, EB and I sat down and threw some things together along with Mike and Joe and Greg Lewis. So we met just to try to find ways. Tom Melvin's always got a bunch of ideas. And so we threw a few of these things in there, and, you know, it worked out okay. Again, his endurance down the stretch, though, you know, for an older player, I mean, he's kind of our elder statesman, right? So I keep saying that. It's not like he's over the hill by any means. But his acceleration after the catch, I mean, that was something, man. That late in the game.
Hey, Andy, I know what it felt like watching that game. I'm just wondering, from a coach's perspective on the sideline, to be involved in a game like that, what is it like?
You know, it's kind of crazy because not until the moment has ended, you're just tunneled in on the game plan. So you're trying to find the next thing that you think might work. And then when it's over, you go, whoa, you know, if I could jump, I'd jump, with excitement. But it was just that locker room was great. I mean, it was phenomenal. The guys after the play, walk off. It's like a walk off home run, in baseball. But you have a walk off like that, and the celebration. You look over and you see the guys jumping around, and all the hard work that goes into it. I mean, that's satisfying.
Andy, you talked about a little bit about this a minute ago, but regarding Kelsey, was there anything else about tonight's game that allowed him to have a big night?
No, listen, I don't think so. I mean, these guys have been so sore the last couple of days. I mean, I would imagine they were the same way on the other side, but to muster it up to get ready to travel and then play, on a Thursday, that's not an easy thing. So there's a lot of mental preparation that goes into that, and not that there isn't for the other days, but really for these Thursday games, you got to get yourself right and do it quickly.
Coach, you always talk about the next man up mentality. Last week down, the guys, Tyron talked about rallying to play for Snead last week, down Snead this week, and also Chris Jones. Talk about the grit of the defense.
Yeah, and Willie, right? So Bolton steps in, right, and has a big day. They all picked up the pieces, 56, 49 back there again, starting, and did a nice job. You got 21. I mean, the guys. So, and making plays, just going, no hesitation. It'll be good to get them back, though, all those guys.
Just to follow up on Nick Bolton, in your conversations with Steve Spagnuolo, just how much has Bolton reminded you of a veteran here in his first year?
Yeah, listen, he's gotten better every opportunity he's had to play, and he's got a bright future down the road. Veach did a nice job bringing him here, and Brett and his scouts have just really studied him. He's a great kid. He doesn't say a whole lot, but he knows what he's doing, and the guys know that. The veteran players know that. And then he's a sure tackle. He had a couple tackles down the stretch there, as did 21. I mean, those are sure tackles right there. I mean, So.
Andy, when you see them keep going for fourth down plays and you guys stopping them, what does that say about the magnitude of the game, how they approached it, and then did that change anything from your perspective?
Yeah, so that's what they do. I mean, they do it with everybody. It wasn't just us. I mean, that's one of the things that we knew that coming into the game, that if it's fourth down, the head coach has said it. He said that's like third down to them, right? So, but you got to stop them. And so our guys got enough of those to help. And we kind of went through the same thing. So we've got stopped too. But, it's a long field to drive. But both teams ended up driving the length of the field with pretty good drives. So.
Coach, obviously, great win. Players will probably have the weekend off, come back Tuesday. With all the new protocols that the NFL sent out, what was your message to the players in the locker room on going further?
Yeah, I wasn't giving them any time off. No, I am. But you're like, yeah. So, anyways, they're getting a little time off.
What's your message with the new protocols?
Be safe. Be smart who you hang with. Be safe. And then we went over all the new rules. Rick did just now, so they would know what's expected.
All right, thank you.
All right, good. Thank you.
All right, guys.
Anthony, you've been through this before so many times, but what's it like after you guys have given such valiant effort earlier to watch Patrick for the lead you guys to bring that?
Yeah, I feel like we've seen this story a lot of times in my 4 years here, and hats off to those guys, the way they work and the way Coach Reid puts us in these situations in practice and camp and stuff like that. So it kind of comes natural in a way in the game. So he give us the toughest situations in practice. So when times like this in games, we've seen it before.
Moments in the first matchup where they went for it on fourth down, particularly late in the game, they were successful, but today you guys sort of turned the page on that. Just how much did that experience early in the year prepare you guys for this, and then what led to such success stopping them on fourth down?
Yeah, and I think as a team and as a defense, we're a lot better now than we was, week 2 or 3 in the season that we played them. And we knew they was going to go for it on fourth. It's not just on versus us. They do it versus everybody in the lead, and they treat, second downs as in third downs and third downs, like fourth downs. Like they going for it. So we knew it. We had a plan. We can't sub a lot of guys in and out because it was going fast, and we had a plan, and we executed it.
The caller being part of having 2 goal line stands in the game. I think that's what you guys did. 2 times you decided to fire that they didn't score.
Yeah, no, not as long as I've been playing football. That's pretty impressive. To hold a team. I think one was overthrown. Dan had one, and I think Ben recovered a fumble on one. So, yeah, that's very impressive, and that's 3. Like I was saying earlier in the season, you make them kick field goals or turnovers in the red zone. That's huge. They can easily have 9 more points, and we probably sitting here with a loss. So, just hats off to guys fighting, all the way to the end.
Anthony, Patrick struggled a little bit for 2-3 quarters in this game. How much belief do you have, and how much chatter is there defensively that if we keep giving Patrick chances, eventually he's going to get cooking?
To be honest, I didn't think he struggled. I didn't pay really attention. When the offense is out there, we're too busy trying to correct what we done wrong or what we did right. And to be honest, Pat is probably the last guy I think we were worrying about. He does his job night in and night out. So it was never a doubt, especially with Pat Mahomes.
I think it's been a while since you had an interception. What was that like? Please take us through that play.
Yeah, it was pretty easy, to be honest. We had a little cross dog, me and Nick. Nick matched the quarterback hand so perfectly and tipped the ball, and all I had to do was just cradle it, cover it up. So it was nice to get one, especially what has been. Yeah, it's been a while. So it's been nice. I'm gonna take that one home to my daughter. So,
Anthony, what can you say about the effort that Nick Bolton put in tonight and what you guys were able to do?
Oh yeah, he's all over the field. I'm not sure how many tackles he had, but geez, he's been all over the field. TFLs, sideline to sideline. He's going to be a great player here in this league for a while.
Anthony, just from watching it, and as a defensive player being out on the field, when a team continues to go for it on fourth down instead of what you would say take the points, what goes to the defensive mind? And were you all shocked, I guess, every time you all stopped them that they didn't go for a field goal versus trying to go for a touchdown?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, no disrespect. I mean, that's just their game plan. That's just what it is. They don't want to kick field goals and they want to go for it. You got to make them pay. I mean, this league is versus our offense. You need points. So if we're making stops from fourth down, that's good for us, and giving Pat and them, extra possessions. But, I in my opinion, you probably should just get points anytime you can. But, some people have built their team and their culture, differently.
Last 2 seconds. You guys have a track record in the last few years of playing your best this time of year. I'm just curious, what goes into that, the process of practice or meetings or whatever? Can you see that happening before fans going close?
Yeah, I just think we continue to work. Sometimes it's not going good. We just keep working. And then Coach Reid does an amazing job of taking care of our bodies, shortening practices, taking the pads off during the week. So all that stuff comes together, and we got a lot of vets and a lot of guys that played a lot of ball. So when we take the pads off and we get that extra, time to ourselves, we take care of our bodies. So I think it's just a hats off to everybody in the organization from the GM and owner all the way down to all the guys and coaches, just taking care of your bodies and your mind, and so you can keep improving.
Last one.
And you obviously played tonight without Chris Jones and also in the game. What was Chris's message to you guys? Because he obviously didn't travel here with you. What was his message to you before you took the field tonight?
To be honest, I didn't talk to him. I just sent him a text and telling him to get healthy and, with the COVID and stuff like that, just telling him that I'm here if you need something, things like that. It was more personal than football. But I'm sure if he had a message, who knows what it could have been. But I'm sure he was watching, cheering us all on. So, we're just excited to get our brother back here soon.
All right, thank you.
You guys take care.
Patrick, what did you summon there with about 9 minutes left in a situation where you had to score a touchdown? What did you find within yourself, and what do you think the team has found?
Yeah, I think we just fought. I mean, at the end of the day, they didn't play any different coverages. We didn't call any different plays. Just guys stepped up to the challenge. I mean, obviously those two drives before that where I dirted the fourth down play and threw the interception, put us in the hole. But I think guys just rallied and fought and found a way to win the game.
What do you see from Travis over these past few weeks as he's not been putting up what he's typically been putting up that maybe led to him getting back to his old self today?
Yeah, I mean, I think what I've seen in Travis just over the last few years is the maturity to know that it's not about the numbers, it's about winning football games. And I think this year has been big for him where he hasn't put up the same numbers, but his mentality has never changed. He's been a leader on this team. He's more happy for anyone other than himself. And when his number gets called, he goes out there and makes plays in big moments. And that's what special players do. And he's a special player, and I'm glad he's on my team.
Beyond that, you guys, I mean, obviously, any team that has success, you're happy for them. But you guys seem to really have a special bond. What's it like for you two to connect on the moment that you did?
Yeah, I mean, that was a special moment just in general. I mean, I don't think I've ever been a part of a walk-off touchdown or anything like that. And so to be in that moment, find him underneath and him making such a dynamic play where, I mean, he cut back, ran by people. I mean, you would think he's old, so he can't run by people, but he's still running by people. And he got in the end zone. It was just a special moment, and I'm glad that, I mean, all that hard work that he puts in every single day is paying off.
After the play, Patrick, I saw you hug him. What was your message?
Yeah, I just said I love you, man. I mean, he was the first guy that came up to me after the interception that was just like, "Hey, let's show that heart. Let's show. Get back out there. We believe in you." I mean, it seems like he's always that guy for everybody. I mean, he has a true belief in every single person on this team, and we feed off that energy that he brings every single day.
Patrick, that heart, toughness, whatever you want to call it. Not that you weren't tough as a team, but the first year playing. I'm just wondering, do you feel big picture that you guys have taken that part of football to a different level?
Yeah, I think these last few weeks, you've seen it with the defense and the swagger that they've had. You've seen guys step up on that defense and make plays whenever their number's called. And you've seen offense, even when games are ugly and they're not the games that you're used to having, stepping up, making drives at the end of games to win football games. And that's what happened today. I mean, the defense held us in that game, all those fourth down stops against a really, really good offense. And then at the end of the day, the offense, we stepped up in those last three drives and got down there and scored when we needed to.
Patrick, we talked about all season about how Travis was being played, being doubled, getting physical at the line of scrimmage. Were you surprised down the stretch that he was, one-on-one and ended up being that wide open?
Yeah, they brought a pressure off the side, so it kind of had to force them to get in a one-on-one coverage. They were trying to catch us in kind of like a five-man protection. We were able to get it picked up, so it put him in that one-on-one situation. So it just, I mean, they had gotten us on that pressure earlier in the game, I think with a nickel coming off and making and getting right to me where I threw the ball away. And so we kind of learned from that. We were able to pick it up. And then it puts our guys in one-on-one situations, and we have some of the best guys in the league whenever they're in one-on-one coverage.
Patrick, two-part thing. First is just what did happen on the ball you dirted and on the interception, and I'll ask you to follow up.
It was just a really shitty throw. Sorry, my language. I mean, that's all it was.
Any short on it?
No, it was. I grabbed the ball and I the motion was just a tad late. I let it go a little too long, and then he was wide open. So I tried to hurry up and just throw it to him, and I didn't grab the ball the way I wanted to, and so I overstrided and just threw it straight into the ground.
Well, the second part of that, though, is okay. So there is a period of time where you're angry at yourself for a few seconds, anyway. You're frustrated. Can you try to just describe how you flip the switch back to like, okay, next play?
Yeah, I mean, in this league, that's what you have to do, good or bad. It doesn't matter what happened that last play. You have to go out there and do it even better that next one. And so even though it was such a bad moment in the game where we could have taken the lead and we didn't, the defense ended up getting a stop. And then I turned the ball over and then they scored, but we were still only one score down. So whenever you still have a fighting chance, you just got to believe that you're going to go out there and make it happen. And I thought the guys stepped up to the challenge, made some big plays happen there at the end of the game, and we were able to find a way to win it.
Patrick, is it fair to say that Travis got his swagger back again?
I mean, if that guy loses swagger, I don't know what swagger is. He always is. He has that swag at all times. Like we said, I mean, he's gotten double teamed and tackled off the line of scrimmage for the last few years, but especially this year. And I thought him and Tyreek just continue to battle, and they find ways to make big plays happen whenever their numbers called it in the games.
Patrick, I'm with German media. Sorry for going off topic for a second. With the Chiefs expanding to Germany next year, is there any kind of relationship you have with Germany? And why do you think it is German fans like the Chiefs?
Yeah, I mean, I've had a little relationship with Bayern Munich, being able to talk to some guys on that team and then talk to some of their coaches. I mean, you have to respect that sport over there. I mean, the fandom, the way they pack that stadium, the type of athletes that play that sport. I mean, it's awesome that hopefully we'll be able to get over there one day and play in front of those fans and see what that atmosphere is like.
Thank you.
Patrick, you talked a minute ago about that sequence where you threw that incomplete on fourth down to Hardman and then threw the interception when you guys were backed up. You talked about bouncing back from it, making it sound like it's no big deal. I mean, is it really that easy? Is that an easy thing to fight back from in a game like this?
Whenever you have a fighting chance, I mean, it has to be. If you want to be great, if you want to be a part of a great team, you have to believe that until that final whistle blows, that you have a chance to go out there and win the football game. And obviously, it sucks in the moment. I mean, I promise you, I felt as bad as anyone about that throw and that situation, and knew how bad it looked. But you get another chance in this league. It's not even if it's just the next drive, the next game, whatever it is, you're going to get another chance, and you better be ready for that moment.
Patrick, you've had offensive success this year against the Raiders twice, and it's been a little bit few and far between besides them. How important was it to do it against another team in this spot, those third and fourth quarters, and then how much confidence can you gain now down the stretch after that?
Yeah, I mean, doing it against a division opponent that's kind of studied you the whole entire offseason, and it's a really good football team just in general, and good defense, and good defensive coordinator. It definitely gives you confidence. I mean, they're playing the same coverages that people have said it kind of gave us the struggles, but it all comes down to execution. And I've always said if we execute, we can score on anybody. But it's going to take us executing every single drive, and we did at the beginning and at the end. So we got to figure out a way to do it for the full entire game.
Here, Patrick. Earlier this season, it was what's wrong with the Chiefs, and now you're the first AFC team to get 10 wins, and you probably locked up the division title tonight. How gratifying for you has this turnaround been to experience such a thing?
Yeah, I mean, I think it shows the character of the guys in the locker room. I mean, my first few years has always been jump out to these early leads with a lot of wins and then kind of try to coast almost into the playoffs. Well, this year it was the opposite of that. It was we're going to have to battle every single week to get to where we want to be at. And the job's not finished. We got 3 more regular season games, I believe, and then going into the playoffs. And so we got to find a way to continue to get better and better and try to build that momentum into the playoffs.
Patrick, that 2-point conversion seemed like it took about 30 seconds. How many reads did you go through, and did Clyde kind of break off his react to your scramble on that?
Yeah, it's probably crazy because I think McCole, Travis, and Tyreek were all open, and I didn't throw it to any of them. And then Clyde, who was supposed to be blocking, actually ran and caught it. So it's one of those on film where coaches gonna be like, "What were you seeing?" And I was like, "I saw them all open. I just for some reason didn't throw it." So and we got 2 points regardless, and we were able to move it to overtime.
Travis, you talk about Patrick. You talk about Travis's swagger. From a team perspective, do you think you guys lost that earlier, and you have it all the way back now?
I don't think we lost it. I mean, we didn't win those games kind of at the early part of the year, but I mean, we always had the confidence that we knew we had the guys in the locker room to win them. I mean, I think we're still building on trying to become great, but I think we got the guys to do it. So I'm excited for the challenge of these last few weeks in the playoffs. Yeah, you have to. We've had to learn that. I think that's been the biggest thing this season. Is we've always been this like big play team that's had short drives under 3 minutes, whatever it is. And with the way defenses are playing us, you have to learn how to take it the short stuff and do these long drives. And I think it's made us better because we always have the big play. We're always gonna have the chance to make the throws on the field to Tyreek and McCole and all that different type of stuff. But if we can show everybody that we can drive down the field methodically with patience. I mean, that'll be hard for defenses to stop.
Patrick, you mentioned Kelsey being an old man, but what about him as a route runner? Makes him so unique that allows him to find space and then
Yeah, he's so slippery with his routes. It's hard to even imagine his shoulders start rocking, and that's why he can dance, I think. But he's running, and it looks like he's running slow, but he's moving fast. And I think you've seen that on some of the long runs that he has. Is people even take bad angles on him, and they don't understand where he's going because he doesn't look like he's moving fast, but he is. And so he has understanding for the offense too, which helps out a ton. He knows how to run routes to get himself open and others open. But he's learned a lot in his career, and he's gotten better and better. It seems like every year.
All right, thank you.
All smiles, baby. I'll tell you what, before anybody asks me anything, I just want to say congrats to Tyrann Mathieu, man. My brother is well-deserving of Walter Payton Man of the Year award. What he's done since he's been in the league in every single city, including his home, it's encouraging and it's humbling, and it's the biggest thing is that he's influencing people to do the right things with their lives. And man, I can't be more proud than to see him represent this city and this organization like that.
Travis, it doesn't seem like you're a guy that gets down when things aren't going well, when the team's winning. When I say that, I mean for you personally, when you're not racking up days like you had today, it's still based on the past few weeks. Does that add a little something extra to the day you had today?
Kind of ironic that you asked me that, because earlier in the day I saw, and Ted actually pointed this out to me, I saw my brother give a speech about hope and that we play a game of hope. Not only do we have to believe in ourselves, but we give a lot of hope and a lot of happiness to the people watching. And how fortunate is that, man? You know, it's pretty cool that every single Sunday, and then every now and then a Thursday or a Monday night, we get to go out there and show the world how much fun we have doing what we do. And every single week we just hack away. And that's what this team does. We have great leadership, Coach Reid, great leadership, and all the coaches to just keep going and keep trying to figure out ways, you know, throughout the struggles, throughout whatever happens on the field. You know, you just keep leaning on your brother and keep finding ways to get things done. And obviously that's what you saw today.
See that video?
I saw that today. I saw that the big guys started crying, man. I mean, when he gets crying, I get crying. I'm the crybaby of the family, man. So to see him pour that emotion out there, man, that's all I was thinking about out there on the field, being down in the fourth. You know, just don't let doubt seep in, and that's a life lesson right there. That's not just football.
Where was that video from?
I believe the Eagles press conference.
Travis, Coach Reid and Patrick Mahomes jokingly said, "You look good for the old guy out there tonight." How did you feel getting back in there and runs after the catch? I mean, it seemed like no one could get.
Coach Reid always reminds me when I'm feeling a little sore. He always just kind of throws a jab at me. He said, "Feel like you're 22 again, baby." And instead of 32, I was 22 tonight.
Travis, at what point did you think touchdown as opposed to maybe just first down on that play?
I'm always trying to get the ball in the end zone, get the ball as north as fast as possible, and try and get that ball in the end zone. That's the name of the game right there. So I was instinctually just trying to get extra yards, trying to put our team in a position to keep moving the ball downfield. And then sure enough, just saw a lot of guys working to get blocks downfield, and just find my way in the end zone.
What does that feel like when you get to the goal line?
Feels like you're 22 all over again, man.
Travis, a month ago you said you got your swagger back. How would you describe what you did tonight?
I think that whole situation was something that was fun at the end of a game that was very meaningful. That we had a lot of fun the entire night. It was kind of flawless the way we went about our business. I think that was the Raiders, and it was just a lot of enjoying the win with my brothers. You know, a lot of people are saying that we were down and out, and I'm not saying by any means we're where we need to be, but it definitely feels like we're on track to getting there. And it's in terms of our swagger, man, we always got that swagger, man. We always just keep trying to find ways to get wins.
Travis, do you feel like you're better at running after the catch than you were early in your career? And if so, what's behind that? Is that something you've worked on or put any effort into?
I feel like nonstop I'm trying to find ways to just have an understanding of, even when I get open and I catch the ball, understand what coverages they're in, understand the routes around me, to always have another answer. You know, when I catch the ball, now I know where to attack the defense. And that's just been something throughout the reps, throughout understanding the defenses that teams are trying to play against you, where those voids are, where those pockets are, to try and, you know, make a guy miss and get vertical.
Travis, in previous seasons, it seemed like clockwork for you and Tyreek to have 100 yards of production and you get a big win. It's been a little fewer and far between for both you guys in the same game. How dangerous can you guys be when all three of you, Mahomes, Tyreek, and yourself, really get going in the game?
We can move the ball down the field against anybody, in my opinion. Tyreek is the best wide receiver I've ever seen play the game, man. And that's without the ball in his hands and with the ball in his hands. He's an ultimate fighter. So is Pat. So is 1-5 back there. He's through all the criticism that he's had this year, we find ourselves winning our 7th game in a row. And that's just him leading us and nonstop every single week, every single play of every single game, putting the team on his shoulders to try and find a way to get a win.
The walk-off touchdown we talked about, but that 69-yarder in the fourth quarter was almost as big. You take me to the play, a lot happened. You got held, and the guy fell down, and you almost got in the end zone.
It's just playing football, man. It's just playing football and trying to get the ball in the end zone. I know it was a big-time spark for us. I think it was a 3rd down. I believe it was a 3rd down, and just being able to connect with Pat, get the ball rolling, and keep that energy up.
Travis, what would you consider the makeup of this team this year? Prior to the last 2 years, obviously Patrick came in before you. Talked about how they would always get out to a big lead and try to hold up and get ready for the playoffs. But this year's team obviously struggled coming throughout the season before the 7-game win streak, and the manner in which you all are winning. What would you say?
I feel like you can't really say anything about the entire makeup of a team until it's all said and done. We're nonstop trying to grow and trying to become better and better every single week. And obviously there were some things that happened out there in the game today that we got to get better at. I'd say, and I'll be the first one to raise my hand, even though, I had a good game or whatnot statistically, there's still things that I got to fix. And with that mentality, man, you just keep getting better and better and better. And that's Coach Reid right there for you.
All right, we only have time for a couple more. Hey, Travis, fourth time over the past 2 seasons now you've faced this Chargers team with Justin Herbert. What are your impressions of how this rivalry between the Chiefs and the Chargers are going with him at quarterback over there?
He makes that Chargers team one of the best teams in the National Football League. They always got a chance. And coming from a guy who has the best quarterback in the league, myself, when you have a guy back there as special as Pat, you always have a chance to win a football game. That's all you can ask for right there. A lot of teams don't have that guy, and they got to find other ways to win football games. But when you have the guy holding the football every single play, being special, man, you got a chance, and that's what the Chargers got.
Travis, given how the game was going, just how gratifying is it on offense to give a win to the defense that had so many 4th down stops that kept you winning?
Yeah, I mean, our defense plays their tail off. They've been playing their tail off since the beginning of the season. They're figuring it out just like we are with the short week, with guys getting hit with COVID and everything like that. I'm just proud of the way this team handled the adversity or the ups and downs of the week, from it being so short and losing key guys in key situations. And it's, like I said, just happy that we came out with a win.
And kind of trickling off of that, from where you guys started this season to the turnaround and what you've been experiencing as of late, what's been sort of the message within your locker room that has allowed you guys to make that push come down the stretch?
I think the biggest thing that everyone has on the back of their mind is don't get complacent. We're still trying to find ways to get better and better every single week. And with that being said, I mean, it's the sky's the limit, man. You've seen us, ramble off 7 wins in a row, and I don't even think we've hit our peak yet as a team. With all of us playing the best ball we can every single play. And that's the exciting part. You just keep coming into work and keep trying to find ways to get better.
All season, team's been playing you, double teams, being physical at the line. Down the stretch today, you were pretty much wide open. Was that surprising at all to you?
I think I don't know. I just every single day you go to work and you try and get ready for every scenario and situation possible, and then hope that your instincts take over from there. And I was very fortunate that the play calling to Pat's decision making, everything was kind of aligned for me to be able to make plays down the stretch for our team. And I put a lot of honor and a lot of pride in being able to make those plays for Chiefs Kingdom, baby.
Travis, Patrick said that after he sort of dirted that ball, he came out over him and told him, hang with it and reference his heart. And I wonder what you did say and what it says about him that you see him over and over again come back through after maybe some rough moments.
I mean, we're all still learning this game, and Pat being his 4th, 5th year, I can't even count him now. We've had a lot of fun games. It being his 4th year in the league, he's still progressing as a quarterback.
in the National Football League. Say it again. Yeah, so he's still progressing as a quarterback in the National Football League, and I think that is as with the reps, he's going to find ways to handle adversity. And all I can do in a situation like that is just be supportive, bring the energy, let them know that we still got 9 minutes left in this game to try and find a way to score and try to find a way to win this ball game. And I wasn't the only one. The offensive line, this offensive line is special. The mentality of this offensive line, week in, week out, especially when adversity hits, is special. And when we all rally together like that, it's a lot of fun.
All right,